you've married Camille, who's beautiful, smart, funny, warm, loving and caring, and she deserves a good husband. So thank God you married her before she found one.
I'm Camille, from the shy, frightened girl you once were to the friends we have become. I am chuffed to bits that this day has come for you both, and it didn't come between Stephen and one of his mingers.
A wise man once told me that a best man's speech should last only as long as it takes the groom to make love. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're back on it now. Hello, my name is Michael.
And my name is Chris, both brothers to Stephen.
And today we are both very honoured to be doing the job of best man.
So today we will both be given a joint speech, hence half the responsibility is what's going to come.
And in time-honoured best man tradition, we will now do our best to give Stephen the most uncomfortable 5 minutes, or maybe 10, of his life. Which to be fair, is what he gives Camille every time they go to bed.
Hey! Well, first things first, it's our pleasure and privilege to respond on behalf of the bridesmaids and flower girls. And on their behalf, we would like to thank Stephen for his kind words and gifts. You okay? Listen. I have to say that both of the bridesmaids look beautiful.
Thank you.
And they've done an excellent job today. And our flower girls, Olivia and Courtney. All right. I would also like to thank the ushers who have been a great help in ensuring that the day has run as smoothly as possible. Woo! Okay, let's do it. I'm sure you will agree that Camille is looking absolutely stunning, and Stephen, well, you just look absolutely stunned.
I'd also like to congratulate Stephen on a truly magnificent speech. I always knew it would be hard to follow, and I could hardly follow a word of it. During the service today, I couldn't help thinking how funny it is that history repeats itself. I mean, it was 27 years ago that Julie and Roger were sending their little baby girl, Camille, to bed with a dummy. And it's happening all over again today.
As you have found out by now, a best man's speech involves a collection of amusing stories about the groom's past. Although there are a couple of things that are really not supposed to be mentioned at weddings, but we shall mention them anyway. So grannies and children, earmuffs please.
Okay, we shall begin. Number 1, the name. First I need to explain about Stephen's nickname, which is Herbert Monk. Well, where did this name originate from, I hear you ask? Well, the Herbert part came from his mum and dad, who many years ago decided that their 2 younger sons' middle name should be called Herbert and Egbert. You'll have to ask Big Al.
Call the reasons for
Big
Al.
Originally, Stephen was the Egbert. However, he got very upset and cried an awful lot as he had a rather strange shaped head. Over the years, he decided that the scars were too deep, and somewhere along the lines he took Chris's Herbert name. There's also a little known fact that to this day Stephen has a flat spot on his head where you can perfectly balance a half pint. True to the name! The second part of his name came after he spent so much time sucking up to his boss at work, Mr. Monk over there, that he took pity on him and adopted him. Now, I wouldn't say Stephen was an ugly baby, but our mum only got morning sickness after he was born.
Okay, second one.
Hello.
Stephen has always had a fascination with getting naked. I'm sorry. And there have been many examples of this over the years. One of the more notable ones was the beach party at the Fieldings when during an innocent game, Stephen and Jimmy ended up completely naked. And Stephen was dry humping an alligator. This picture is legendary on Facebook.
It's a small, they can't see it at back.
You can pass it round after for a close look.
And he was also here that Big Al's resemblance to Jeremy Clarkson was first noticed. Speaking of Big Al, he has very generously offered to get the drinks in. So you'll notice there's a jug of water on each table. I'm not saying that Big Al is tight, but it's been said that he can sharpen a pencil in his rear. There were many other instances of Stephen getting naked, one being at the promotional photo shoot at Monk's Yard, when a helicopter was flying in. Stephen was seen running from the workshop in his rigger boots and just his welding mask covering his modesty. I could go on and mention things like Hold Your Balls, a game often played by Stephen and I on drunken nights out, but for the sake of grandmothers, I'll leave that one well known.
Okay, story 3, issues. Stephen has had his fair share of medical issues over the years, and I'm sure you'll have noticed that he has been follically challenged. But I think you'll agree that the hair transplant looks great. The trouble is, he ticked the wrong damn box and it was transplanted to his chest. He was also once diagnosed with a rare medical condition when he started secondary school. After it was noticed, he was walking like a penguin. He was taken to hospital where it was found that he had twisted balls. The doctors managed to untangle them, but they said there was nothing that they could do for his consequently wound-in winky. You'll have also noticed Stephen's resemblance to Will Young. Which is often commented on by complete strangers, much to the delight of the well-oiled and maybe well-lubed Nick the Greek. His dancing is also legendary, and the style has been likened to a cross between MC Hammer meets Riverdance. And I'm hoping we'll see a good example of it this afternoon, Stephen.
Okay, Canada. Stephen has enjoyed many a good holiday when coming over to Canada to see me, so it is only fair that I recount a few stories from his time over there. On his first trip, I remember one night in a club in Whistler, Stephen was stood next to this girl and was whispering his best shadow lines. We're joking, though. And was amazed he didn't get any response, not even a knockback. It was only when her friend had told him that she was deaf. And she started signing to her friend that he realised why. Still, quick on his feet and a cheeky smile, she soon had a twinkle in her eye.
Unfortunately.
You say twinkle? Twinkle. Alright. Yeah. Stephen also adopted the job of RV driver, but nearly killed us all when he forgot to shift into a low gear going down a steep mountain pass. We were left clinging for dear life as Stephen pretty much burnt out the brakes. There were a few winking eyes on that hill, I tell you. Yeah. He also seemed rather keen to share the double bed with Jimmy, which leads us neatly onto our next story.
Next story, gay tendencies. Well, let's just say that Stephen likes to keep in touch with his friends.